Have you ever wondered if the stars you gaze upon at night might someday turn into nuclear warheads? Sounds like a plot from a dystopian sci-fi novel, doesn't it? But it is the very real concern that has been voiced recently by the UN chief, Antonio Guterres. He warns us of the escalating risk of nuclear warfare, a risk that has been amplified by the potential for nuclear weapon deployment in the very space we consider our sanctuary of peace and exploration. As we speak, nations are developing technologies that could turn the tranquility of space into a battlefield, a prospect that is as terrifying as it is possible. The urgency to prevent this deployment of nuclear weapons in orbit isn't just a whim, it's a necessity, a call to action for the preservation of peace, not just on Earth but above us as well. In a move that signifies the severity of this issue, the United States and Japan have sponsored a UN resolution. This resolution is not just a piece of paper, it's a plea urging nations around the globe to refrain from developing nuclear weapons in space. It's a call for cooperation, for unity in the face of a threat that goes beyond borders and politics. But as is the case with any resolution, its effectiveness relies on its acceptance. The world watches as nations react, as they decide whether to heed this warning or dismiss it as a mere political move. The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking. This brings us to a sobering realization. The night sky, the stars and the moon, the vast expanse of space that has been a source of wonder and inspiration for centuries, might hold a threat we can't ignore. As we gaze at the stars, we must remember that space is not just a frontier for exploration, but also a potential battlefield that could change the course of our future. So it seems the night sky might not be as serene as we thought. You might be asking, aren't there rules against such a terrifying scenario? Well, you're right. There are. Let's dive into the world of international space law, specifically the Outer Space Treaty. This landmark treaty, officially known as the Treaty on Principles Governing the Activities of States in the Exploration and Use of Outer Space, came into existence in the late 60s. It prohibits the installation or use of nuclear weapons in space, essentially designating space as a nuclear weapon-free zone. Russia, a signatory to the treaty, recently denied allegations of intending to deploy nuclear weapons in space. The country cited its adherence to the Outer Space Treaty as a testament to its commitment to preserving space as a peaceful domain. The country's stance underscores the importance of the treaty as a regulatory framework for space activities. In response to these concerns, the United States has extended an olive branch, offering to engage with Russia and China on issues of arms control. This move signifies a broader intent to establish a dialogue and foster cooperation among nations in managing the shared space environment. The Outer Space Treaty, while not perfect, provides a foundation for peaceful exploration and use of space. It strives to prevent space from becoming another battleground for earthly conflicts. However, the effectiveness of the treaty depends heavily on the willingness of the signatories to uphold its principles. As we navigate through these murky waters of space politics, it is essential to remember that space is a shared resource. Its exploration and use should benefit all of humanity. As we can see, the rules of the game are quite clear, but are all the players willing to play fair? The question remains, are we on the brink of a nuclear arms race in space? As we stand on the precipice of a new era, the geopolitical chessboard is fraught with tension. The current climate is reminiscent of the Cold War, with major powers flexing their muscles and posturing with nuclear threats. The specter of nuclear warfare, once relegated to history, has reared its head once more. This time, however, the battleground is not our planet but the vast expanse of space, a domain until now untouched by the horrors of war. The stakes are unimaginably high. The consequences of a nuclear encounter in space could be catastrophic, not just for the warring nations but for the entire world. To underscore the gravity of the situation, let's take a look at the film Oppenheimer, a stark reminder of the destructive power of nuclear weapons. The devastation caused by the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima in World War II is etched in our collective memory. The film serves as a chilling warning of the potential fallout of nuclear warfare in space, a scenario we must strive to avoid at all costs. In the midst of these escalating tensions, Russia has criticized the US-Japan resolution, dismissing it as politically motivated and lacking expert input. While Russia denies any intention to deploy nuclear weapons in space, citing adherence to the Outer Space Treaty, their criticism of the resolution raises questions about their true intentions. The United States, for its part, has extended an olive branch, offering to engage with Russia and China on arms control. This is a crucial step towards de-escalation, but it remains to be seen whether these overtures will be reciprocated. The stakes couldn't be higher. The decisions made today could determine the fate of our planet and the safety of space exploration for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the new frontier for nuclear disarmament. The race is not only to space but also to diplomacy. It's a race against time, a race that we must win not for one nation, but for the survival of humanity as we know it. The challenge is to turn the tide of rising tensions, to transform the battleground into a field of cooperation, and to ensure that space remains a domain of peace, not war. The future of space exploration and our planet hangs in the balance. Can we rise to the occasion? Can we navigate the complex terrain of geopolitics to reach a consensus? Only time will tell. We encourage you to stay tuned for our upcoming video, where we delve into the history of space treaties and their implications in the modern world. We invite you to join us on this journey, to explore the vast expanse of space and the intricate web of international relations that govern it. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on space, geopolitics, and everything in between. Until next time, keep exploring the universe with us.